Hello, fellow classmates and Ms. Martinez. This is Rick Silva for Speech 1315 of the online class. I also want to say hello to my audience members, beautiful Diana, Giselle, and Adriana. Thank you guys for being here. The book I chose about volunteering is named Chicken Soup for the Soul, 101 Stories of Purpose and Passion. The particular story I chose out of this book is named You Can't Save Souls with Shiny Shoes. It was written by Paul Driscoll. Now, the story itself, the plot of the story is about a young man that a year before going into university actually takes a year off to do volunteering work. It's something that he wanted to do, he felt passionate about, so he went a whole year volunteering, and he was able to come out of that with a lot of appreciation for people and for what lending an ear to people can do. It goes on to talk about him going to university, and a few years into it, he actually has a chance encounter with a homeless man at a cafe he happened to stop at. He was going over coffee with the man, and the man ends up asking him for a favor. He shows him pictures, in his empty wallet, shows him pictures of his family. The only other thing in his wallet was a phone number. It was a phone number that his wife had given him years back. He had never built up the courage to actually call it. So he was asking Paul to call that number and speak to his wife and family for him, because he could not bring himself to do it. Reluctantly, Paul accepts. He makes the call, but right away starts regretting it. All he hears at the other end of the line is sobbing and crying. And as he starts apologizing, the man's wife stops him right away. She says, "Oh, no, thank you for doing this for him. We hadn't heard from him in years. We are just happy to hear that he's okay. Just tell him that we love him very much. We can't wait for him to get his life together and come back to us. Tell him we love him and God bless him." Right away, Paul feels better. He's like, okay, well, I actually did a good thing. It's something that filled his heart with joy. It goes on to say that he never saw that man again, but he carried that feeling with him for the rest of his life. It's something that changed him forever. And so the quote, again, is "You can't save souls in shiny shoes." That quote is actually also the name of the story. And what I think it means is that if you're going to make a difference in somebody's life, you actually have to roll up your sleeves and do it. Take some action. You can't just simply read about it or talk about it. You actually have to be about it. It's something you have to take action on. So now I know you just asked for one quote out of this story. I actually have a second quote. This is the foreword written by a lady named Joan Erickson. And the quote is, "Vital lives are about action. You can't feel warmth unless you create it, can't feel delight until you play, and you can't know serendipity unless you risk." And again, it goes back to you have to take action if you actually want to make a difference in somebody's life. Have a good night. Thank you for listening.